Hello, my name is Thomas and I'm from WhoMadeWho and you're listening to the interview show. Thank you.
Show. This is Scott Wood, your host, and today I have one of the members of WhoMadeWho.
Hello.
I would love it if you could introduce yourself.
I would love to. My name is Thomas, and I'm a bass player and one of the singers of WhoMadeWho. And sleeping on the couch next to us is Jeppe, the guitar player and the other singer of WhoMadeWho. And sound checking right now is Thomas Barfod, our drummer.
Great. I would love it if you could take each of the people in the band and identify a Danish stereotype that they embody.
All right. A Danish stereotype. Yeah, you'd have to know the Danish stereotypes, I guess, to make the cliches. I think Jeppe, the guitar player, he's not a Danish stereotype. He's not a stereotype at all. He's a really special guy. I think about Tomboy as a stereotype, you might say that he's overly effective. Danish people, they work fast and to the point, and I think that's what he's doing. I think another Danish stereotype is the guys living in there are 2 islands, and the one's living on the smallest one. They are very, very friendly and very, it's all gonna work out, no problem. And I think Jeppe, he's very much like that. And I'm sure I'm also a Danish cliche. It's always harder to tell about yourself. Danish people are very polite. I'm sometimes very polite. I don't know.
Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, the band, WhoMadeWho, is it from the AC/DC album? And
yeah, the name was, we just had to, in the beginning, when we made the band, it wasn't really a band. We just met in the studio and made 3 tracks very fast to see what happened, like a small project for fun. And it actually took just 1 or 2 nights. And then the result we sent to Gomme, the German label that releases our stuff. And they liked it instantly and signed us on this 1.5 day in the studio. So we had to work fast, and Tomboy just looked in his shelves and there was an AC/DC album. It looked cool. Thought, that's the name.
Cool, cool. What place does AC/DC have in your life now?
Our name is the same as one of the albums. And we actually have an end of one of the songs where we rock out a bit like an AC/DC song. Like, we like to implementate a lot of different styles in our music, and one of the songs called the loop. In the outro, we are kind of making an AC/DC kind of rock jam. One of the songs called the loop. In the outro, we are kind of making an AC/DC kind of rock jam.
Cool, cool. All right, the plot is the record. I was listening to an interview where you guys said that writing music is the easy part, but lyrics always are the most difficult. Why is that? Yes.
Because, as you say, we are musicians. If I was a poet, I would introduce myself as a poet. I think I'm using all my time making music, and I always did. And of course there's words also, but if you're a poet, you spend all your time writing poetry. That's what your life is. Whoa, sound check. That's what your life is all about. And I think sometimes it's a shame for musicians that you're supposed to be very good at writing music and performing it, and then you just make some words because you kind of have to. I think there's some good poets, but there's so much beat music with lame lyrics. So we often use poet friends to write for us. Okay. Because sometimes we can come up with something good, but it takes so much work, and even if we do our very best, it's often shit anyway. So that's why we like to work that way, to get the words from others. I also think it works well with the way we work in WhoMadeWho, like a collage thing where it's not the kind of band where we have a singer sitting down with his guitar expressing his inner emotions in a song. It's more like WhoMadeWho is a collective, and we are very aware of not letting our egos step in front of the music. So it doesn't matter for us or the music or the expression that, for instance, I didn't write the lyrics for certain song.
That's really, really interesting you say that, because my favorite song on the current record is called Keep Me in My Plane. I thought that was a great commentary on modern life, etc., and I thought, hearing that song, listening to the lyrics, and then hearing you guys say that, we're not very good at writing lyrics, we don't like doing it, I was like, well, you did a pretty good job there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, but that's my stepbrother from America, by the way, Mr. Uzi Frank, who did a lot of lyrics for us. He also did the lyrics for our hit from the first album called Space for Rent. I think he make very clever short stuff that we could never do, and I also love that lyrics. It's actually about what you said, but it's also a story from his childhood when he was traveling a lot over the Atlantic between Denmark and America.
Watch a movie I've seen 5 times before. Fall asleep with my head on the emergency door. Food tastes good at 50,000 feet. Red wine and cognac makes me feel complete. Make me feel safe. Keep me in my place. Make me feel safe. Keep me in my place.
Hello, my name is Thomas and I'm from WhoMadeWho, and you're listening to the interview show. Thank you. When you ask for feedback from other DJs, you have to be very good friends with a DJ if they should say, hey, I think this sucks, you know. But it's if you send 5 numbers to a lot of people, you'd say, hey, which tracks do you like the most and why? And they'll tell you maybe, oh, I love this track very much and this track very much because this and that. And then sometimes it's implicit that maybe they don't like the other tracks, maybe for the same reasons that they like the other ones. So that might be the way that conversation would work. It would also be like, hey, long time no see, let's have a glass of champagne. So normally you do a lot of the feedback thing by email.
You know, I can only imagine what it would be like for you to sit down with a DJ in another city and have your glass of champagne and be like, all right, I listened to the album, I was listening to this track, you need to do this here, or I really like this. You know, how do those conversations go?
No, you want me to create a role play? It's hard for me.
A short one.
It's like when people talk. That's. I think just everybody patting each other's back, saying, "Yeah, you're great. Yeah, I really love this." That's how it's going.
Okay, well, that's great for you and for the record, for sure. Another track of yours that I enjoyed was Small Town City. It sounds a lot like Vancouver, so I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about your feeling on the town and the song.
It's funny you say that you get the small town feeling of Vancouver. Vancouver is way larger than the biggest capital in Denmark. So we feel this is a big city.
Wow.
Yeah, Denmark, everything is very small in Denmark. I think our main, the city center of Copenhagen is 500,000 people. We live 5 million. How many people is in Vancouver?
I think it's 3 million in the Port District.
Yeah, so that's more than half the population of Denmark.
Wow. Okay, so obviously then the song is about Copenhagen.
It's actually about even smaller towns than Copenhagen. There's a lot. I think the song is about growing up in a small town in the countryside. That's the way I interpret it.
Quiet little man playing in the sand. Thinking to himself, what am I to them? Safe, we
Hello, my name is Thomas and I'm from WhoMadeWho and you're listening to the interview show. Thank you. I love the position we're in. I love the fact that we are a band that a lot of people who really love music and are being nerdish about it, they like WhoMadeWho. I think that's a really good thing. That's a nice place to be. The only reason I can think of to want it to take it to another level is to make more money, and that's not to become rich or anything. It's just because being a musician, it's a fucked up job. You never know what's gonna happen when you get even more old and ugly than you already are, and the young people in the front row doesn't want to look at you anymore. So it's always fun to have a big success, and I think we'd like to have it, but in a way we'd also lose something, because personally I love the place we are now, because the places we play, the audience, it's not like all the stupid kids who heard that, oh, there's a new album with WhoMadeWho, it's supposed to be good, now we have to be here, and then people know the one radio single and the rest of the time they're bored. We have the people who come to our concerts, it's cool people who like the music and they are clever and they are into music, and that's the best crowd ever you can play for. So I'm very happy about our fans, and I'm very satisfied with the place we are now. It would be nice to make the breakthrough. Maybe we will. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a bit tired. It's very hard for me to give very specific answers.
You hit on the other question that I wanted to ask you guys, is that I was reading this interview with you where you were talking frankly about you were worried about your age and being in the music industry, and I found that really interesting because the crowd that loves you are not really a crowd that are concerned with that too much. It seems like LCD Sound System, he broke when he was in his late 30s.
Yeah, sometimes we feel old, but these days we don't feel, we kind of feel young. So these days we are very confident, and I think also even year by year the way you can grow old in the rock and roll business is changing all the time. Like 20 years ago, being in your late 40s, like you said, and breaking a band, that was like almost impossible. And these days it doesn't really seem to matter if you're LCD Sound System being 40 or if you're what's the name of the band? Arctic Monkeys being 20. It doesn't really matter.
You were just talking about how Denmark is a very, very small place. Would you ever team up with another Danish band like Efterklang?
Denmark is a very, very small country. Everybody knows each other. It's like I drink cafe latte with Trente Møller, and it's everybody knows each other, I think. And even also cross genres, so of course we know the guys from Efterklang, and yeah. We team up with other bands in Denmark. We teamed a lot up with Spleen United. Very, very cool bands, Spleen United, check it out. I think we team up with them because they're kind of similar to us both as persons when you party in the tour bus, and also as musicalities and our way of kind of wanting to explore different things. Efterklang, I have a lot of respect for them, but it's a very different band. I think it wouldn't make sense to tour with them anyhow.
For the last question, I always like to ask the guy that's the guest on the show to pick a song off their current record and talk a little about it as I play up the music.
Oh, which songs are on that album? We could talk about This Train. That was a very funny song because we started recording it as a very fast, trancey rock shuffle, and I made a bass line somehow in the out. We always jam up our songs, we're just playing like crazy, and I made a bass riff in the end. And then later, Jeppe, the guitar player, dubbed this riff with his guitar, and then we kind of grew tired of the track. And one afternoon, Jeppe and Tomboy met, and they took the guitar dub of the bass, and they threw out everything else and started off the song just from this riff, and made a completely different song out of it. And I think that's very, very much how we work. It's not like you write a song and that's a song. It's just a lot of fractions that you put together in a way that makes sense for you. It's also a song where we made a video together with the Chicks on Speed. We made it in a crazy big apartment in Moscow when we played there 1.5 years ago. That was very much fun. We drank like 2 bottles of vodka, I think, and we just jumped around this big crazy apartment and had a lot of fun together with the girls. And they make the video. You should check it out. It's pretty silly. Hello, my name is Thomas, and I'm from WhoMadeWho, and you're listening to the interview show. Thank you.